Hi, my name is Ariel, and today I'm going to be giving a speech on some key points in communication. I first want to start out by explaining my bag to you. On my bag, you will see that it has my name and Mickey and Minnie silhouettes. I chose this because I'm a big fan of Disney, as you will see in this speech, as well as a mermaid tail. And this has kind of 3 points that I like, which is the Little Mermaid is my favorite, and obviously my name is Ariel, and I really like swimming, and so the mermaid tail, it fits. So today, those 3 points that I just mentioned are going to be the relational self, affect displays, and remembering in terms of becoming a better listener. So, what is the relational self? Well, in Edward's book, in chapter 2, on page 43, we see the idea of relational self. And my item that I'm going to be using today is Olaf from the Disney movie Frozen. And Edwards describes the relational self as relationships having some kind of possibly positive or negative effect in our lives. So in Frozen, Olaf is a goofy character. He kind of goes with the flow, and in the second movie, I liked seeing Olaf's relationships with others, and that relationship was ultimately kind of broken, and it kind of started having Olaf realize, oh, things change, and it has some effect to the person or a character. So I really like to use Olaf for this example to kind of break down the relational self. So, how do displays have effect on our communication with others? And in Edward's book, also in chapter 4 on page 77, we see the idea of affect displays. And this is a nonverbal communication. So, for this item, I use a mask. I am always in the classroom. So, for me, having a mask, which is kind of covers my whole entire face, I wanted it to be something that kind of gave my personality without saying anything, and kind of lets others come to me and say, oh, I like your mask. And so for me, I chose Stitch from Disney because it's something about me. And this goes with a lot of people right now that we have to wear masks or gaiters or some other kind of form of protection. So for me, if I see someone and they're wearing a mask, it kind of shows what they like. It may be a football team or something that you like. So for affect displays, it's a nonverbal communication, but it needs to be appropriate for if you work or something else along that matter. So for me, I used a mask. So how can you remember people after you've had a conversation and becoming a better listener? Well, in chapter 5 of Edward's book on 109, he gives us the idea of remembering. So how can you remember people? Well, for me, I'm going to use a picture of Disney because along these lines, you see that I like Disney. And you may not remember everything that I say in this speech, but it's something that you can remember me by. So Disney is something that I either talk about with you, a lot of the times it is, or you can remember a conversation by, oh, I don't remember what we talked about or how I met you, but I know something about you. So that's something how you can become a better listener, whether it's a small snippet of a conversation or the main thing that you were talking about or context. So how can you remember me? You can remember me by a quote that I'm also going to be leaving you with. And this quote comes from Disney movie Cinderella. And that is, a dream is a wish your heart makes. Now, this quote to me, I recently found that has become really true. And I'm kind of going to tell you a goofy story about how it came to be. So, for me, I go to Hardin-Simmons University, and so I go to the cafeteria every couple of days. And for me, I really love grilled cheeses. And so I walked in cafeteria one day, and he's like, there's no butter. Do you still want a grilled cheese? I said no. I had to wait 3 days, hoping and praying that they were going to have butter. And after the third day, which third seems to be a charm to everybody, but they had better. So it may be something little that you want to happen, or something big like we're going to college and it's your dream to be something. And ultimately, a dream is what we often wish to happen. So that's what I'm going to leave you with, is a quote from the Disney movie Cinderella: "A dream is a wish your heart makes." Thank you.